Well, it's almost sunset at the camp, and my clothes reek of burnt wood from campfires. My eyes are sore because of the smoke, and I don't know, I feel dizzy, but this is nothing compared to what these people have been through. We spent the last 3 days with these migrants, with these refugees, and I guess we've seen it all. Blood, death, starving kids, desperate mothers. So far, this is the largest migrant crisis on Europe's eastern frontier. And now we're starting to learn what some of these people have escaped from. These men raped you.
Yes, I can't tell you.
How they got from the Middle East to Belarus.
$2,600 for visa, for hotel.
And why some of them might be hungry, but not poor. Good watch. We joined a group of refugees in one of the Belarus's border towns hours before they attempted to cross illegally into Europe. How you gonna cross into Germany? By crossing to Poland and then to Mount Minna.
Shalom. Call Loyum, Wawad, Layahu Bashmi Yamsha, Basham Kakudash. The ones the elder apostles at Great Millstone, rule well. Salutations to you, Akim, this laboring and doing this work in truth, sincerity. Excuse me. Shalom to the few Akwaf to believe in Yahweh Bashmi Yamsha. Now, this is, the current migrant issue over in Europe. What you're seeing is at the Poland and Belarusian border, and pretty much due to U.S. and NATO bombing, basically just bombing the Middle East from hell and back, man. It's really a tragic situation, And this is not a video of me being a apologist for the so-called Arabs, which are the Ishmaelites in the Bible. It's just simply showing you that Esau is the son of perdition. And he is a great spoiler of many nations. So without any further ado, I got the free precepts. And Lord willing, it's edifying because this man he's the wicked man. He's the son of perdition. Matter of fact, let's get that before I go into the precepts I got on cue. Let's go to the son of perdition. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. And in verse 3 it says, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that men of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And the son of perdition, the word perdition in itself means destruction. All right, let's go to the blue letter. Let's see what we get for perdition. So you Akim and Akwaf can see for yourself, This is really a situation that really in spirit to piss you off because, here it is, you devils, quick to say something about us Israelites, and we're piss poor on the bottom, don't have any power to do anything within this earth as far as we're not free, we're not sovereign in anything. We don't have a military, but Esau, he's able to go around the earth and do what he wants, man. All right. This is the word perdition.
Strong's G 684. Apoleia.
It says destroying utter destruction of vessels, perishing, ruin, destruction of money, the destruction which consists of eternal misery in hell, which we know Esau is in heaven, because he's ruling. All right, if you're in rulership, you're in heaven. But if you're not, you especially us Israelites, man, we're in straight up hell. Okay, we know, the destructive ways of Esau, Edom. All right, it says, this is the Thayer's Greek lexicon. It says, consumption opposed to the putting of a man to death. Actively a destroyer, a destroying utter destruction. Man, you get the gist of it. So, I mean, that's plain, man. Really, that's just plain. Who dropped bombs on nations, man? I'll wait. Jacob don't have any missiles or drones. Recently they just dropped a drone back here in August, and it killed all civilians. And then when a internal investigation was made, they couldn't even answer, straight up of why they bombed it, seeing they observed it with the drone for a while. It was just women and kids playing in the streets. All right, women watching their children playing in the streets, and they just dropped a bomb from a drone. All right, from a drone strike. Just a murderer, man. All right, the so-called white man Esau Edom is a murderer, man. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 5. It says, "They also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, it cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people." That's the so-called white man to a T, man. He is as death. He's that harbinger of death. Wherever he goes, people die in waves. All right, just to get resources of that land, he'll destroy many families, many civilians of people, and call them casualties of war. When there's no war, it's just an onslaught of the U.S. and NATO bombing these poor countries, man. They can't even fight back, man. All under false pretenses, man. Let's jump down to verse. Let's read down. Actually, let's read down because it plays a part of what's going on to America right now. Verse 6: "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that laded himself with the clay." All these wars that they're not really wars, man, but that's how you pose it. But all these continual wars, all right, we'll just go with that you've done to all these poor nations or poor countries, have even bankrupt you. That's the reason why your system is crashing, which is set up with a fiat currency anyway. And we know that fiat currency is not made to last. See? So you're in such great debt because thick clay, when you look it up, it means debt. Verse 7: "Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them?" Because well, the word booty just means spoil. All right, you're gonna be spoils. All right, to us Israelites and then the rest of the nations that you uh, um, destroyed. All right, and spoiled. Verse 8: Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. And that's what's gonna happen, man. All right, you're gonna be spoiled, man. Soon as our Lord Yahweh shall come back with the angels, in the chariots, you're gonna be spoiled, man. All right, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city, and of all that dwell therein. You know, excuse me, I need some water. But speaking of spoiling nations, let's first go to the blue letter. Go back to the blue letter. We'll go to Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 8. Right. You don't have to worry that. But here you go. It's Shalal. It says to draw out, to spoil, plunder, take spoil, to spoil, plunder, to be spoiled, be plundered. See here. See, we got from the lexicon. It says to draw out, to strip off, to spoil. Let's see. It says, and of the person spoiled, which we know the word spoiled means to be ruined as well, or destroyed. All right, but that's Esau for you, man. You're the great spoiler that goes throughout the earth and spoiled all these poor countries that can't fight back or don't have a military to challenge your military from the offensive that you do when you go to these lands. And it's really just a coward act, man. Really just a cowardly act. Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. And that's what's getting ready to happen, man. See? The whole Afghanistan situation, it broke down, and it showed, people that if you wasn't watching and paying attention to this war on terror, you would think that these countries pretty much had done something. But it's basically showing you that NATO, which is led by the U.S., just have an agenda to destroy and murder for resources. All right, and to control. All right, the Middle East, because they're pushing their New World Order agenda, and the Ishmaelites, man, they're not going for that American way of living. And I don't blame them, man, because America stands for disorder, disorderliness. As far as with family structure is broken down, women are running through the land, being whores. Who want to see that? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 6. It says, blessings are upon the head of the just, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. Yeah, because when you watch videos of Esau explaining himself, it doesn't even make sense to begin with. It was a video on here. Man, it was on the same, of course, same channel I watch. I watch RT News a lot, live feed. They did an investigation. Here you go, right here. Bear me 1 second. Let's see if it play.
Swinging to savings with Liberty Mutual.
I'm gonna let this commercial play. I'm gonna show you this video real quick.
Keto Chow is a customizable shake mix that is also perfect for cooking and baking.
U.S. military command was silent about it for years. An airstrike that took the lives of about 80 people, mostly women and children, in the last days of the Syrian civil war. And it's only thanks to a New York Times investigation that the U.S. military finally fessed up.
The exact mixture of armed and unarmed personnel could not be conclusively determined. Likely, a majority of those killed were also combatants at the time of the strike. These two strikes were legitimate self-defense strikes. No disciplinary actions were warranted.
We investigated ourselves and decided there will not be any punishments. How surprising. For Washington, though, it's a lot like Groundhog Day. The most recent rerun was back in August, when a drone strike in Kabul killed 10 civilians, including 7 children. The Pentagon initially said it didn't do anything wrong. After an internal investigation, it backtracked a bit, but still said that the soldiers involved were acting in good faith.
They all had a genuine belief, based on the information they had, and the interpretations, that that was a threat to U.S. forces, an imminent threat to U.S. forces. That's a mistake. It's a regrettable mistake.
See? They even mentioned Syria, man. But you're in Syria illegally. All right, Syria has nothing to do with this false flag 9/11 attack, man. See? The inside job that you made the whole world to believe that it was a terrorist attack on the World Trade Centers, man. Which everyone, the average person in America, knows is a sham, man. But this drone strike, right? This drone strike, it was, it was nothing but, there was 3 women, 7 children in that drone strike recently. They was talking about Kabul. You see? Tell you, man. The whole world is tired of your wickedness that you proudly commit. All right, the whole world is tired of watching you destroy. All the nations are tired of you destroying their livelihoods and their lands. Excuse me. Proverbs 4:16. It says, "For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence." And that's you Edomites, man, to a T, man. All right, you eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. That's all you're about. That's the reason you're able to go about and destroy these nations, man. All right, matter of fact, let's do it with Micah first, man. Y'all bring out Micah because Micah explains it all. All right, Micah 2:1, it says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand." The Most High set you up in power, and you've been exercising that power for a long while, going unchallenged, destroying like I said, destroying and spoiling many nations and countries. See? Verse 2, and they cover fields, and take them by violence, and houses, and take them away. And that's literally, man. Literally. All right? You bum whole neighborhoods, man. You look at the countries that Esau have bombed, our whole neighborhoods, whole communities are destroyed. And they brag about them, man. Brag about dropping bombs on these people, man. That's what the whole WikiLeaks was about, showing U.S. military personnel bragging about drone strikes. You know, I remember this old Navy, I think he was a Navy SEAL dude, or he's part of the Navy branch. He's a Gallagher guy. He had him on video, laughing and having fun, bombing civilians, man. That didn't even have anything to do with nothing. Same thing I just played in the last video clip. Verse 2, it says, and they cover fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. You know, and that's what's going on. All right, you want everybody to partake in your vain philosophies and ways of living. That's why no one likes you, Esau. All right. Psalm 73. I'm starting at verse 4. It says, for there are no beds in their death, but their strength is firm. Yeah, you know, your strength is firm because you're military, Esau. That's where your strength comes from. You got this military might. You have missiles, which are the modern-day sword. And that's where your strength comes from, because as a man by yourself, you're not strong. You're really inferior, all right, physically, but you have your military to back you, and that's the reason why you can boast yourself. That's your blessing, the sword. All right, Genesis the 27th chapter. All right, about the 39th and 40th verse. It says, by thy sword shalt thou live. That's what Isaac told Esau. All right. Verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men. Yeah, that's why you did the investigation and determined that, you know, you ain't gonna hold yourself accountable, because you know that what you did was evil and it was wrong. It says, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. You know, the International Criminal Court is a joke. The United Nations Security Council, that's a joke. Come on, man. Who holds Esau accountable for his wickedness and his violence? All the murders that he's done to countries, man. Murdered whole countries, man. Only few left. And they're left to be what? Migrants. Scattered about the earth. Verse 6, therefore pride compasses them about as a chain. Violence covers them as a garment. You know, and that's what it is, man. You're a proud man, and you're a violent man. Verse 7, their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish, and that's the reason why you go into these different lands. Fatness represents the riches and resources. Verse 8, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. See? You're a whole corrupt man, and your system is corrupt. Your whole government is corrupt. Your whole foreign policy is corrupt. All right? Oh, we acting in good faith. seeing there's only civilians in those drone video cameras, but yet you having a good old time bumming and murdering people, man. That's wickedness, man. That's evil, man. All right. Verse 9, it says, they set their mouth against the heavens and their tongue walketh through the earth. You know, everything you do, the Most High, have that evidence stacked up against you. It's all stacked against you. Okay. See, Psalm 64, and I'll start at the top. It says, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. It says, hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? You know, these are some of the things that Esau does. All right, he's so much built up in his pride that he don't think that he's going to come down. He's looking to overthrow us because we speak against his wickedness. Right? Constantly trying to come against men of the Lord, but we see what you do, Esau. It says, verse 6, it says, they search, well, the angels see you, Esau, first and foremost. The angels see you, they record everything. When you're in the kingdom of heaven, in chains and shackles, you're going to know the reason why you're in chains and shackles, man, in fetters of iron. All right, all the evidence against you is being stacked right now. It's being gathered. All the evidence being gathered. Verse 7. It's gonna be it's gonna be an open and closed case. Real. It's gonna be like a slam dunk case. Like basically when the lawyer has a case that is clearly irrefutable. There's really no defense against it. You know how a defense attorney or defense lawyer looks for leniency. Well, you're not gonna have any leniency, man, because we're gonna be the judges, right alongside Yahweh Shai, King David. So it says the saints shall judge the world, and the saints are Israelites, man. We're watching you do to other nations what you've done to us, which is destroy them and make war with them. All right, unjust wars. It says, verse 6. It says, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them in the heart is deep. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. And the arrows, which are the missiles, are going to be shot on your society, especially your beloved so-called America, which is Babylon the Great. Okay? It says, verse 8, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Every time you speak, your words are just condemning yourself, man. Oh, we acted in good faith. We thought we was heading enemy targets. So when the soldiers shot those bombs, we acted with care, and there were casualties, but when we carry out the task, we acted believing that they were terrorists. Just a bunch of BS, man. But anyways, we're waiting on the Most High to shoot that arrow. Well, arrows. We're waiting on the Most High to shoot those arrows on you, Esau. It's gonna be a beautiful sight, man. To see the wicked, all right, get his punishment, man. All right. Anyways, with that, I'm gonna close. Lord willing, you're edified. Until next time, I'm gonna say shalom.